So I just wanted to make a video for people that have been the victims of crimes that have happened to them when they were too young and too weak to do anything about it. I also wanted to say that, there's a big difference between whining, venting, and being a warrior. So what I'd like to say to those that have been wounded, stand in your power, because that is where the battle is won, and that is what will create a better tomorrow. Looking in the mirror, there's a little more to that sentence, that phrase, and it is looking in the mirror of truth. People will want to say that, you're whining when you're really quiet over a situation, and you know that the reason that was allowed to happen in your life is so that you could be a warrior for justice. People are chosen because they are willing to answer the call, and their intention is, to support humanity and to create a better tomorrow and to end suffering and to end justice. I really don't think that when Jesus taught the Beatitudes, the Sermon on the Mounts, that he was promoting victim mentality. I believe that he was speaking truth. I don't believe that when he said in the Garden of Gethsemane, could you not tarry for an hour? I don't believe that he was whining. I don't think he was even venting. I think that what Jesus was saying was, open your eyes and wake up. See the bigger picture. This is bigger than you. So, the philosophy of Frozen, of let it go, it's a very convenient message for those that have been victimizers. And they would like to keep you frozen, and they would like to keep you quiet, and they would like to keep you shut up. But it's not till we stand in our truth and our power that we actually have overcome something and we actually have fully healed from it. If we don't do that and we keep it secret, it often leads to hidden hypocrisies. And, it's those that would say, look in the mirror and take responsibility. Yes, that's a balanced thing to do, to look in the mirror and take the responsibility for something. But, when something happened to you at a young age, if you're in a weak position where you have to survive and, you're taken advantage of, like professionally, economically, and people benefit off of that, you're doing what you have to do. You're not being a victim. You're not being a whiner. It's just convenient truths, and people that speak these truths, you kind of wonder what it is that they've got to cover up. So, I'm pretty sure if I wasn't fully over, the sexual abuse that happened to me as a child, that I wouldn't have stood as a high schooler in a Nicaraguan prison sharing my testimony of how I had forgiven those. And I had a whole Nicaraguan prison crying. Most people that haven't healed from a situation, they're not able to talk about it, and, there is such a thing as MK Delta. It's fully declassified. There's MK Naomi, there's Project Shad, there are MK Bunnies, MK Kittens. All you gotta do is look up the original lines of the Illuminati by, is his name Springer? Fitzgerald Springmeyer? I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Maybe I won't put it in the description. My place of birth really fully validates the MK Delta. Not only that, but, if somebody, goes and works a couple jobs where there's perverts all around them, and that's not the issue. That doesn't bother me. I can handle that. You know what I mean? I'm old, I'm strong, I'm a big girl now. But it's when you start calling out their crimes and you start seeing some of the worst criminals. Of course it would be logical that these people would want to hunt someone down. So yeah, if a lot of stuff is happening to somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean it is them. It means that there might be something that they know, and there might be some truths that they have to speak that some people don't want to hear. Why is that so unreasonable to think? I have no problem admitting my failures and my past mistakes and talking about them. I'm healed from that, you know? If the whole thing that happened with me and the police wasn't like completely wrong, and what the story isn't complete defamation, then why in the proof, the documentation that I have that I was given by public defenders, why would that say, oh, this police officer lost the whole entire video roll before it all went down? I don't know what happened, he says in his statement. Do you know what I mean? If it were all my responsibility for being sick and having no help, then I'm pretty sure that reel still would have been in there of what was discussed concerning, light sensitivity, neurological issues, and just extreme mold illness, and Lyme neurological neuropathy. But the thing about it is had I not wrecked the way I did, had I hit that strip that was set for me at the end of a front of the bridge, if anybody knows how a rear-wheel drive, a vintage Mercedes works in the ice and snow, what would have happened is that 2.5 car rollover would have landed me in the bottom of the bridge with my car in flames, and I would have died the way my cousin did in Tulsa at 24 years old. So God had his hand on it. And, I've never even tried to, if I was a whiner victim, whiner venter, I probably would have hired attorneys, since I was an almost George Floyd white girl, chronic Lyme disease case, but I didn't, because I don't believe in suing civil organizations, especially those that are called to serve and protect and don't have enough money to do that in a community like this. All I really need is for the defamation to be fixed and for me to be recognized for my achievements rather than being erased and other people getting the credit for it. Why is that venting? No, that's actually like being a motherfucking Joan of Arc. That's actually like standing up for injustice and things that are wrong and standing up against the bullies so that the behavior stops. It's not going to stop until they're called out. And if we remain frozen, let it all go, I'm going to look in the mirror and point at myself with shame and blame myself for what, being too hot of a toddler? Come on. Then it's going to keep going on. That's what this is all about. That's why I pulled these cards right here. Let's read them, huh? We should read them. Let me get the little manual out here. We're going to read about truth, confidence, and compassion, and what the difference is between being a whiner and, try to give us a little credit and, we get a vent and, there's some sort of psychological benefit to that crap. No. We are warriors for truth, and we are standing up against the crap that has brought this country down, that is getting in the way, that is causing all these problems, that is causing disgusting misery on the earth. You know why? Because we believe that our healed story can benefit a future generation. Truth. I don't know. This is a long video, so I might not read these in this, but maybe I'll do another video and attach that and read about these 3 cards here and what the meaning of the botanicals and the related butterflies are.